Hey there, you beautiful noodles, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalia if you're new, and if you are new, on Mondays I do Music Monday videos. Walk into the room and I feel the stairs. You're wondering if the talent claimed is really here. First things first, we're breaking the mold. We're not recording the video on the same day that it's being released because growth. We are batch recording things. We are getting things ready so I can actually put it out when I say I will because it's already done before it's supposed to be done. Yes, okay. And guess where we are? Back at it again. All right. We got the lighting up and good. My shadow self she's there, but not as prevalent because, again, the lighting is here. Okay. See her? Ah. Anyways, this week is week 9 of The Artist Way. There are only 3 weeks left. And baby, this week, that was the book putting belt to, yep, let's get started. Okay, so week 9 is all about recovering a sense of compassion. And the very first thing that smacked me upside the head is we were talking about fear. Words mean things. And when you are afraid to address something and call it by its name, you are giving it so much more power than you realize. So knowing that when you are a blocked artist, there's a lot of fear in there, okay? And you can't be ashamed of that fear because then that is how you start doing all those creative U-turns all over again. And all of that is in this chapter. So when we talk about a creative U-turn, what we mean is there are moments where you're sitting here like, oh no, I totally could do that. Or like, that's definitely something that I'm like capable of. Like, yeah, let me work on it. And you sit for 1 second and you in that 1 second are like, or maybe I don't need to work on this. I actually have all of this work that I need to do. I'm gonna go do my work first. And this is not me saying ignore your work for your art, but sometimes ignore your work for your art. Hear me out. If you have times planned and you have it on the calendar and you're like, yes, this is my art time. This is what I'm going to do. It has to be non-negotiable. It cannot move. And I'm talking, you get an emergency phone call for work, not for life, your family, something like that. Like, these are times where you kind of have to use your context clues on what your everything looks like. Because yes, family loves to take up our time and pull and all these other things. But again, when we were talking about you can't resent your family members for the choices that you make when it comes to them. Same thing with your friends, all of that. You can't resent other people for your choices. Like, oh, I'm sitting here helping you do this, but I could be doing this, that, and the third. Yeah, you could be, but you didn't say anything. So now you're doing this. We can only be mad at one person. And who's that person? Say it with me, class. Me. I can only be mad at me. I can only control me. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to call us being a blocked artist and not being lazy. Because those are two very different things, okay? When you are lazy, you are just, you're not doing anything, right? Like you're sitting, and this is not like, oh, you're not scrolling, but maybe you're scrolling, which is, that's all you do, whatever. When you're a blocked artist versus when you're lazy, a blocked artist goes, we were just talking about it. I have a art piece that I'm working on, or for me, I have a song that I'm working on. And this is actually true. I have a song that I'm working on. Not the self-own during the video. Anyways, I have a song that I'm working on. And it's good. The snippet that I have so far, I have let other people listen to it. I have not touched that song since. And do you know why I haven't touched that song since? It's not laziness, because I've been doing so much work other than working on that song. Worked on things for my 9 to 5, worked on getting my own course schedule put together, which I did not know is this trend right now on TikTok, but I decided to take myself back to school so that I could get off of social and get offline and, as the girly pop say, touch grass. Okay, I needed to touch some grass. But I also have a lot of things that I've wanted to implement in my own life, and I realized that I'm not doing it because I'm not giving myself that schedule. This is also counterintuitive to the artist portion because, yes, you come, you're ready, I got some art to do, but you can't make it like a job. And that's one thing that I have been messing up on, and I do know that's why I've been avoiding coming back to the song, because I'm trying to apply the same KPIs and metrics that I would have to use when I'm in work. but I can't measure it that way, right? Like I can't say, okay, I've got this hook and this, so it works. It's perfect. Formulaically, the song could be perfect. But if it doesn't sound good, if it doesn't feel good, if it's not a good song, is it a good song? Like, does that make sense? Is it a good song if it doesn't feel like a good song? Anyways, I am recognizing now that I'm using the fear of finishing this song and it not being good to not finish it at all. Because there's also a fear of the song being amazing and it blows and I don't have everything put together in the back end to actually handle all of that happening. So it's twofold because I'm scared of it failing, but I'm scared of it succeeding. So I just boop, don't do anything. And then in me not doing anything, I try to justify it by saying, oh, well, I have all this work to do and I have to, help this client, or not help. I have to do this work for this client. I have to help my friends with this. I have to do my hair. I have to do all of this stuff. And it's like, you just ignored it. Like now I'm sad, but I don't know why I'm sad. And then I'm figuring it out now. I'm sad because I let everything else take up precedent in my mind and I made it more important than what I actually said is important. So me not doing it is subconsciously telling myself this is not important. So you don't have to think about it. But then I also know I want to do it and it makes me happy when I do it. So then that shame comes right on around, and we were calling this a creative U-turn. I just did a creative U-turn there because I want to make the music and I want to sing the songs and I want to create, but then I let the self-important need, because it's money, okay? It's really money. Like all of this boils down to money, as annoying as it sounds. Like I was just writing in my journal earlier. I'm so annoyed at how important money is to so many things that I want to do. But then it's not important because I've been able to do these things with little to no funds before and it came out. Like I made it. I did it. It was good for the time and it was good for what I could do, but I made it. Like I was able to do it. So me now getting so hung up on the fact that I don't have enough money, so then I turn that into, well, I have to work and I want to do this art, but in order to do the art, I need the money. So it's okay to put off the art to make the money to then come back to it. When in all reality, I could just make the art with what I have available. Hello, microphone. Hello, light. Hello, cell phone. Okay. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. At some point, I had bought a studio, like a professional microphone. I completely forgot about it. It was in my closet. Found it when I was looking for lights to help my friend do a shoot. What was it? The backdrops. Yes. But I'm saying this to say, had I not said, yes, I will help my friend do this creative thing that also helps me build up my creativity and like flex those muscles, I would have never found the microphone that I forgot about. That is like a studio professional microphone that I could use if I wanted to record vocals in my house. I don't have the full, beat pad, mix master, all that, but I have something. So I have somewhere to start. And like, you see what I'm saying? I could keep learning about all this stuff, but I don't need to learn it right now because that's not what I actually have access to at the moment. So using everything that I have access to, and I just gotta stop using money as the excuse because there are people who do so much more with so little. And I'm not saying like, oh, well, if they can do it, then I can do it. But yes, if they can do it, I can do it. Like I see it being done, so I shouldn't feel a way about having to do it. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Because I get what I'm saying. I get what I'm saying. So now that we all get what I'm saying, the other part of that is we do also have to acknowledge when we talk about art, we're talking to little us inside. So when I'm talking to little Kalia, I have to also be nice to little Kalia. I can't use negative reinforcement to get little Kalia to do what I want her to do. Okay? Because little Kalia will rebel and she'll fight back. And that doesn't make her feel good. So then what does a little kid do when something doesn't make them feel good? They cry. They get sad. They lash out. They get that is what's happening inside. So another part is we're acknowledging what happened as babies. specifically our upbringing and how that upbringing is informing the way that we view the world now and informing how we react to said world. I, very blessed, my parents, once I decided that I did not want to be a forensics lab tech, when I realized that that ceiling was boop, you're gonna go, work wherever. Like, I was like, I then, and I didn't even realize that I had did this when I was in high school, but we had this assessment that you have to take where it tells you like, okay, these are the types of jobs that you'll be good for based on your personality type and blah, 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 blah. And I then sat with, all of the recommendations that they were giving. And I realized that one thing that I had actually did when I was younger was create like this fake fashion studio or like fashion design place with my cousin. And that reignited in me. I was like, oh yeah, I love fashion. Like at the time I did, I was very much what do they call it? An eclectic child. Listen, Spencer's, not the back of the store, okay? I was a baby. So I used to get my backpacks from there. I was like, what was the other one? Hot Topic. Like I very much went through the black emo phase. And I don't want to say it's a phase because I still carry a lot of that with me right now. Like the angst, okay? The need to do things that are not necessarily contrarian, but fit within society in a way that makes me comfortable. I like that. I kept that with me. Saying all that to say, I was then like, yes, I actually do like fashion, and this is something that I want to do, and I realized that I like it because, if you watch my other video, in fashion, you're able to make things that give other people a voice. Like you can verbalize a lot about yourself by the clothes that you wear. So being able to find things that give people a voice that they feel like they can't say themselves, or maybe they can say themselves, but it speaks for them when they walk into the room before they're even able to say a word, that gets me going. Like it connects with my music and how I feel about writing lyrics in such a way where you can use it. Like I'm a believer that the Lord speaks to me through song, and that is how that gift is even more closer to me, because sometimes I literally can't think of like what's going on or like what's frustrating me. Like, so I was already using some of this stuff in my life, but again, the book helped me verbalize it and put words to what it is that I was doing so that I could solidify it and actually keep it as a working thing through my life. Back to my parents. So I was blessed, right? They were like, okay, you want to go into fashion? Well, okay, give us the plan. What's your plan when you go into fashion? That's where it kind of, you see the problems? So I was like, oh, I can do these artistic things, or I can make all of this stuff happen, but I need a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. So from the beginning of me working on something, I would already approach it as like, okay, this is going to fail. So let's figure it out. That's okay. Like, it's good to think through things in that way. My problem is I got hung up on, okay, if I'm planning for plan A to fail, so I need a plan B, instead of thinking this is a net, like a little safety net. Like if something goes wrong, you have another option. Instead, my brain is like, okay, so since I'm planning for things, if it goes wrong, it's going to go wrong. So I don't even need to start it to begin with because it's going to be wrong. So why would I start? The cognitive dissonance going on inside of my noodle. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you've had something that happens like that, but it forced me into this loop. Like I felt like I was in a time loop, right? Like a paradox. There it is. Where it's like, okay, I know I need to do A, but if I do A, if something doesn't go right, then I have B. But then I'm like, okay, so if I never do A, I don't need B. So then I don't have to plan, so that I don't have to do it. A mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. So then that was my own personal creative U-turn. But what I didn't realize was what were the things that were making me feel like I had to go through that thought process. So for me, recently, like I got offered to send music in. Have I submitted it? No. Because I'm still sitting here running through my god dang noodle like, well, I don't have all of this set up, and what about my schedule? And God forbid, after this is done, I'm going to go put my little deck together and send it out. But what if today was the day that they had made all of their decisions, and then I was just now felt comfortable enough to make my like get my sugar honey iced tea together and send it out and do it. But they're like, oh, we literally just made all of the decisions this morning. I'm so sorry. Do you know that I would then take that, subconsciously go, well, see, that's why I didn't send it to begin with, because it just wasn't going to work. Now, I have been reframing things a bit better. Like in the middle of my journaling, was like, okay, I need to reach out for this. I need to reach out for this. I need to reach out for this. Usually I'll just take it, write it on a sticky note, forget it for the rest of the day. Today I had a lot more time to do my journaling because it's Sunday. And I actually, as I was writing it, I said, you know what? Pause. I've got all of this inner momentum, all of this, I'm like, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. Sat down, sent the email, did the things. Some of it worked. Some of it didn't. But do you know what I felt good about? The fact that I did it. Like, reframing your expectation to not be the outcome, but to be the fact that you made it to get to an outcome has helped me so much more. I now feel better about just doing the thing instead of what the outcome of the thing is. Because I know if I continue to do the thing, I'm flexing that muscle, right? I'm exercising. They say you got to break it to build it and mend it and all that. Like, I'm finding all the stress points now because there is something bigger, better, and greater that I have to be able to stand on stand on my joints and my muscles, literally and figuratively. Like, I have to go back to the gym. So I was working on fixing that because gyms are expensive when you want to go to a good one. And I am a strong believer in that there's a reason why you like the things that you like. And there's a reason why you feel the way you feel about a lot of things, because that's where you're supposed to be. And that's your that's your truth. So I recognize that, yes, it's nice to say, oh, I got all of this money to be able to spend on all of these things, blah, 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 blah. And when we're talking about us as artists, but as I've gone through this, it's not the money. It's not the monetary value for me, but I can see that there are some things that are worth the money. Like, it's worth what it is to do, like you have to do what you have to do. And sometimes you have to pay more to get better. Being in the fashion industry and understanding how luxury actually works. And I didn't specifically work in the luxury industry, but from my education and how things are made in the, I guess you would say, mass market, a lot of things that we pay for are not worth what we pay for them. So when I do see something that may have a bigger, I guess I'll say, like, the MSRP is kind of up there, it's feeling a little crazy. Like, I understand that. I understand why, but only for certain things. But now where we are, specifically in America, some of the stuff, the tariffs that aren't helping, luxury is not luxury anymore. And that makes me sad. So when I see something and I know that the cost makes sense, I will pay the cost. I will pay the cost. I will pay the cost. But I'm not going to be crazy about it. Like, I'm not going to move out of my apartment and go to a $6,000 a month apartment. One, that's egregiously out of my price range. And two, is this a rent to own? Like, what's going on here? So I know that I need to spend money to make money, but I also know that there are some things that I need that make me feel good, that may cost a pretty penny. But then there are other things that I absolutely love. Like, I love gummy bears, okay? But me and gelatin don't get along. So I pay more for, I don't know what the gelatin material is that they make. It's not the same squishiness, right? Like, I don't know how you can achieve that type of squishiness that you get with gelatin. It's not that. But it is very similar. It just costs a little more. I know it's better for me. Shout out to my genetics. But it still tastes good. So, this is something that I like. It costs a little more. I kind of need it to cost a little more because it's better for my body in the long run. Same thing with this gym. So I say all of that to say, you and I, we will fail. We will fail. There are going to be things that don't go right. There are going to be moments where everything feels like absolute poop. Like, right now for me, this is a very struggle time. And I kind of hate it a little, but I also understand that this period, of stretching and building is me stretching my muscles and flexing those muscles and working those muscles out that I'm going to need, because yes, everything could just be going 100% perfect, fantastic, but I would never know what I need to do any other time. Like, I can't build a muscle if I've never been put through that problem. Talking about it at church, where if you never went through a struggle, you would never know that you needed to call on God to ask for help. So I am getting better about being happy about the sad and happy about the happy. It's not the same kind of happy, right? Like, where's the little emotional wheel? It's not the same kind of emotions, but emotions nonetheless. And I experience them, get them off, and we go from there. So just be okay with not being okay, as oxymoronic as that sounds. Be okay with not being okay. Know that we all have these crap periods in our lives where nothing seems to be working out and it feels like you're fighting against a brick wall, but you also know that your big picture other side goal, again, it may be something that you have no idea what it looks like or how to get there, but you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. And that is week 9 of The Artist Way. Thank you so much for watching this video, my beautiful noodle. If you like this video, please be sure to like it. And if you loved it and want to continue on with this journey of me going through the artist way and then becoming a better artist day by day, please subscribe. I am this ridiculous in all aspects of life. Some things are super, super serious. And this, like being an artist, has to be fun. So I'm going to make it fun for the rest of this time. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Okay, bye.